Right.
Okay, I think we're good.
Alright. Should I give a countdown? We can start?
Go for it.
3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so I think I'm gonna start this off with kind of like a history of the Pikmin speedrunning. Give like some context for how Pikmin speedrunning has gone. So shortly after the game came out, actually, people were interested in finding the lowest completion time in days. So there's 5 main areas: Impact Site, Forest of Hope, Forest Navel, Distant Spring, and Final Trial. Impact Site, it is impossible to beat in one day because there are 2 parts there, and getting 1 part automatically ends the day, even if you can glitch it so that you get the other part. So hypothetically, the 3 main areas can be beaten in one day, and then the final area can also be beaten in one day. But it's really hard, so it was thought for a long time that the lowest reasonable time would be 9 days, which would be 2 days in each of the main areas, 2 days in Impact Site, and 1 day on Final Trial. So that was the 9-day run was actually gotten fairly quickly. I think it was done within months of the game coming out. So for a while, then people were happy with that, and for the most part, either moved on to challenge mode or just didn't really play the game anymore. So then, not much really happened in terms of advancing the metagame for a long time, until like 2011, when TRR010 started looking into Distant Spring, and he actually got really close to a 1-day completion. He got 8 out of the 10 parts in 1 day, and sometime in the beginning of 2011, he found a glitch, an out-of-bounds clip, that skips this really annoying puzzle where you have to turn blue Pikmin into yellow Pikmin, pluck all 20 of them, throw them across water, throw them up to grab the part, then turn those 20 yellows back into blues and pluck all 20 of those. Plus, by the end of that, they were flowers, but now they're leaves, which are much slower. So this clip skips all of that, and it makes a 1-day completion in Distant Spring possible. So at this point, 2 new runners, Himajin and X-Hybara, also started playing the game, and they started working really hard on Forest Navel, trying to get that down to 1 day as well. And after, I don't know, a few months of working on it, I don't remember exactly, they managed to get that. So we got Distant Spring in 1 day, we got Forest Navel in 1 day. So all that's left is Forest of Hope in 1 day. Now this turned out to be a lot more of a problem than you would think, because 3 out of the parts you're actually supposed to have blues to get them, which you don't get until after your first visit in Forest Navel. So also, another thing is you start with only 25 reds, because that's the most you can possibly grow on day 1. And there's a wall blocking your way, so that takes out a chunk of time at the beginning of the day anyway. Then, pretty soon, TRR found a glitch in Impact Site, which lets you get the secondary part with just reds. So, unfortunately, part of that glitch involves ending the day early and getting the part to respawn on land. So yes, you can grow more reds during that day, but you have to take an extra day. So essentially, we've saved a day in Forest of Hope by taking an extra day in an Impact Site. So we're still at a 7-day completion at this point. And eventually they did manage to get Forest of Hope in 1 day, and we've pulled off essentially a perfect run of Pikmin in 6 days, which is the theoretical minimum. It is absolutely impossible to beat it any faster than that. Unfortunately, this run will not be a 6-day completion. It will be an 8-day completion, assuming everything goes right. 7-day strats are very difficult, and the 6-day strats are just nearly impossible.
We have a $10 donation from Dream Peppers 99 saying PiePusher is the best. We love you.
Hi, Dream Peppers. Thanks.
Thanks for your donation.
So yeah, the first day is very straightforward. Just grow 25 reds and get the main engine. We actually spent a while on just optimizing the route perfectly. And we've settled on this route that I took here as pretty much the way to do it. That's just a little nice out-of-bounds clip. I like doing it. It doesn't really do anything. It's just kind of fun. So I'm actually running splits in the background. I like to compare just for my own reference. That was a 614 impact slide. That was actually very good. How much faster would 7 or 8-day run be? A 7-day run should save approximately 5 or 6 minutes off of the 8-day run. The current record holder is Dodio. He has a 1:11:43, I believe. My record is a 1:13, and I currently have the second best time in this game. Basically what we both use exactly the same route, so those 2 minutes that he saves is just from him being that much more optimized. It's actually a funny story about him, actually. So when last summer of 2013, was when most of us started getting into single segment running. There was me, there was Captain X24, there was Sinnoh, and there was a bunch of other people who no longer run the game for whatever reason. And so we're all getting like 135s or so at this point, and then out of nowhere this Dodio guy comes along and he's just like, hey guys, I got a 120, and now this is like 15 minutes faster than anyone else. So we're like, what? Who is this guy? This is crazy. And for a long time no one had come even close to him, but recently me and Sinnoh have actually caught up. Not completely, but Dodio still has the record. Alright, so now we're getting into like the meat of the run. As you see, we have to wait for this gate to knock down, but once it gets knocked down, the real run begins. So I only have 28 Pikmin right now. So I'm going to take the first part of this day to just grow a lot of reds. I will be growing between 77 and 80 depending on drop luck. Those Bullet over there can drop 1 pellets, and ideally they will drop red 1 pellets, but so like this is some decent drop luck. Looks like I'm gonna be getting a 79. It's not a really big deal how much you get. 77 is more than enough. I'm playing on the GameCube version. Yeah, that's actually a good thing I should talk about. The GameCube version, there's actually several important differences for speedrunning between the two versions. One big advantage that the Wii version has is that you can skip the end of day cutscene where he walks back to the ship. But there are some advantages the GameCube version has, such as bomb rocks, which I will be talking about once I get them. The Wii version has far throwing. You can throw a lot farther, a lot easier, which allows for... Actually, the route is actually quite different on the Wii version because of that fact. For example, you'd get the Sagittarius, which is across the lake on Forest of Hope. You'd get that on day 2 on the Wii version. The main difference for speedrunning, though, is bomb rocks. So yellow Pikmin can carry bomb rocks, and if you throw them and then whistle at them, they will drop their bombs and come back to you, and then the bomb will explode. However, on the Wii version, they will hold their bombs and come back. So that's a huge disadvantage for the Wii version. Not really sure how much time it loses because no one is quite as good at the Wii version currently, so we don't really have an accurate estimate of version difference in terms of time. But all the good runners currently play on GameCube. There's a neat little audio glitch I like to do when there's just nothing to do. If you mash B really quickly, you can actually get the whistle to go off without the whistle sound.
We have $1.01 donation from Al936 saying, "Hi Pi, wave at the mic for me, Kappa."
Hi, Al. Yeah, I usually have a webcam going on my stream. I didn't feel like it would really add much to this run, though.
Hey Pi, you're using like the same bit that you normally use, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is there a problem with the stream?
It's a little low quality, but I guess it might just be, I don't know. Like it's on your end, like the just the Pikmin video.
Well, I mean, it is a GameCube game. It's a lot lower quality than like Portal 2.
Yeah, true. It should be fine. It's not like horrible. It should be fine.
So yeah, there's been extensive routing involved in this game, so like the exact order of every little thing I do has been optimized over the year or so I've been running the game. We've changed little things every once in a while. So this cutscene here, if you notice, those Pikmin sprouts were actually falling during it. So during cutscenes, time selectively passes. Certain things happen, most don't. Notably, Pikmin grow during cutscenes, and gates fall down during cutscenes. Hopefully you'll see that use of that trick later in the day. So, the category I'm running is all parts. There's 30 ship parts. We call it all parts because technically it's possible to beat the game with only 25. There's 5 specific parts that you don't need. you'll get the good ending instead of the best ending, but you'll still get a good ending. However, it's actually slower, because the game ends as soon as you get all 30, but if you only got 25, you'd have to end the day like 22 times. So right there what happened is I triggered a text box the same frame that the part got back. The trigger for going back to gameplay is scrolling through a text box, so that effectively skipped the cutscene of the part coming back. Sound effects are actually messed up for a little bit, but there's another text box right away that brings the sound effects back to normal. Dude. So
Just to check real quick. Oh, sorry.
Yep, go ahead.
Just to check real quick. Your bitrate's on 400, right?
It's on 400.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, cool.
Alright, so coming up right here is what we like to call Watergate. It's a gate that's submerged in water. So normally what you're supposed to do is come back here on your second trip and break it down with blues. But since you throw yellows higher, you can actually throw them on top of the gate and blow it up with 2 bombs. This allows us to get the radiation canopy, which is a part that's back there on this day, instead of coming back later for it.
I would like to say that we would want you to share the stream with your friends on Twitter using the hashtag SRC2014 and maybe talk about it on Facebook or any other social networks.
So each of the different gates take a different amount of bombs to blow up. The stick gates take 2, the black stick takes 4, stone gates take 3, and black stone gates take 9. So I threw 4. Oh, that is not good. A lot of yellows died there.
Dang.
That could be a problem. I'm gonna have to grow more now and waste some time plucking them now. I think 3 died. It should work out okay. I should be able to get enough by the end of the day, but that's really unfortunate.
Dang. I just watched it on Restream.
So we're gonna actually grab these grubs here, and they're gonna take those to the yellow onion to grow more Pikmin. This should get me more than enough yellows for the rest of the run. So now with these 2 ticks left in the day, I'm actually going to manage to get 2 more parts before I end the day. There's one up here that the armored cannon beetle is guarding, and then there's another one, the shock absorber, that a bulborb is guarding. I'm actually not going to kill the bulborb. It's faster to just distract him. Although there is the risk of a couple reds dying, I don't need as many reds as I have, so it's okay if a couple die. Alright, so right there again you saw the gate fell during the cutscene. That's another example of time selectively passing during cutscenes. Oh yeah, I never mentioned, like, one of the biggest things to speedrunning in this game. C-stick throwing. So when you're throwing Pikmin, there's usually only so fast you can throw them. But if you guide them towards you with the C-stick... I do want to call them off too early. Oh, no way, dude. If you guide them towards you with the C-stick, you can actually throw them as fast as you can throw them. Or as fast as you can mash A. Yes, you can throw them as fast as you can throw them.
Well,
so you'll see me do that pretty much every time I'm throwing more than like 2 Pikmin. So I threw a couple off to the side there because I need to have less than 50 Pikmin come up here, because 50 is the maximum that can carry the shock absorber, and we're not going to be killing this bulb orb. So every Pikmin here needs to grab this part right now. Okay, so, one thing I really like about this run is how well it flows. The first, day 2, day 3, and day 4 are each like a setup for the next day. I grow enough Pikmin for the next day, I get enough parts to unlock the next area, and stuff like that. So I need to have, even though it only takes 5 parts to unlock Forest Navel, I need to get 7 parts on this day to get enough to unlock Distant Spring by the end of day 3.
may I say something real quick?
Yeah.
I'd like to say that SpeedRunsCentral, the 24-hour week-long marathon, bringing in runners from a wide variety of games and skill levels in order to raise money for Doctors Without Borders, a non-profit organization dedicated to providing medical care to third world countries that cannot adequately afford the care they need to live sustainable lives. Doctors Without Borders serves over 60 countries across the world already, namely in Latin America, Africa, and Asia.
Okay, so 79 reds and 18 yellows. Ideally, I only need to have 15 yellows, but I mean, it's always good to have extras, right? Alright, so this day is where you meet blue Pikmin, but we're not going to go there right away. It's actually faster to do stuff for about half of the day before starting to grow them. So we're going to take out 90 Pikmin and we're going to go and kill some blowhogs. The beginning of this day is set up for growing blues. I'm killing enemies so that I can give their corpses to the blue Pikmin later. This bread bug, that guy that just took a pellet, is very annoying. He moves around pretty much randomly, and he will take pellets. So it's really good that he showed up there right away. I've had him not before, and it's maybe I had to reset the day. Granted, that would only take like a minute since it's the beginning of the day, but it's always really annoying to have to reset off of something stupid like RNG. it looks like we didn't get any blue pellet drops, but at least we got a decent amount. Oh, no, we did get blue pellet drops. Alright, so we're definitely good on Pikmin. For how much blues we need to grow. So now we need to kill this one more blowhog because he's gonna get in the way if we don't.
Another thing we have is some awesome SRC t-shirts, hoodies, or more stuff made from Nosfi's design. They're all available in a variety of colors and products. Please check out this link to buy one.
One thing worth mentioning about the route I use is that I get 15 bombs, but it's possible to have this route work out with only 14. So if one yellow died instead of 3 earlier, I would have not bothered growing more and just only used 14 bombs here. So we move the gravity jumper because well, there's time to, but I'm not actually going to collect it now because I need the Pikmin back here. So there we just saw another element of randomness in this game, tripping. Pikmin can randomly trip for some reason, and it wastes a lot of time, and it can, if it comes up in the wrong spot, it could end your run.
Sounds bad.
Yeah, it's not fun. So, normally you'd fight this boss, the beady longlegs, with yellow Pikmin, but it's actually faster to fight him with reds because reds hit 1.5 times harder. You'd normally use yellows because his head is higher up, but if you wait just a little bit, he's gonna lower his head, so I can hit him with reds. And that was a pretty much perfect fight. So if you notice, I have 91 Pikmin in the field right now. I want to have 90 in the field, because I need to grow 10 blues before the next time I go back to the onion. So if none die accidentally, I'm actually going to have to intentionally kill one. So earlier I distracted that frog back there, the Wollywog. I distracted him to a very specific spot. Oh no! Oh no! I never hit the bread bug before killing him. That could be bad.
Oh.
Oh no. Okay. I think I can still make this work. Alright, so here is where I would use 2 bombs on this gate instead of 3, if I only had 14. Wait, what happened? Where did the Pikmin die? I never killed one. So here's one of the interesting things about running Pikmin. If something goes wrong, it's sometimes hard to tell what went wrong and what you can, and you have to like reroute on the fly. Like, I expect to have that, the space float, I expect to have that, right by the ship, but now it's way down on the beach.
Dang. The struggle?
So I'm going to have to figure something out for that. I'm not sure what happened to kill that. It was a yellow. I'm really not sure what that was. But it seemed like I only had 14 yellows, so it was one of them. So now we're finally going to start to grow blues.
Someone says that a Shearwig may have ate one.
I don't think it was that, because if that was the case, then they would have dropped the part where the Puffstool, and both of them made it. I can't believe I messed up the bread bug.
So SpeedRunsCentral just made a tweet saying the struggle is real.
So during that cutscene there, the blue Pikmin sprouts were growing. Again, just saving that little bit of time here and there. So I need 30 plus 25, 55. Alright, so I'm gonna actually grab both of those parts right now. The Omega Stabilizer and the Gravity Jumper down on the beach. Now, since the Puffstool is going to take a very long time to get back to the Blue Onion, I'm actually going to grab that real quick before I go get the space float.
Alright, a quick reminder, our next runner will be, I'm not even sure how to say his name, Whip CPL. He'll be running Crash Bandicoot 100% with 50% of our donation incentive for Beta ROM contest completed. We need $50 more to complete that.
Okay, so I mentioned earlier that each day is a setup for the next. So what I need to accomplish on this day is I need to get 12 parts. Now the 12th one is coming back right now. And the other thing I need to get done is I need to grow 90 blues, and they need to all be flowers. So the puff stool, that boss corpse that I killed, grows 30, so that's a huge help right there. Alright, so the part got back. Alright, it all worked out pretty good. So that's 12 parts. Now this cutscene is just saying, hey, we unlocked Distant Spring. So all that's left to do on this day is grow blues. So I'm waiting for a visual cue on the blue onion to pop like that. Once that happens, that's my cue to deposit Pikmin. Because I want... The thing is, you can't have more than 100 in the field. So if Pikmin grow on the inside of the onion while there are 100 in the field, that lets me just be able to take them out instead of having to pluck them. So just the onion like popping up a bit from sucking something in, that's my cue for putting Pikmin away. So we're just gonna grab these reds that we're working on the gate. Go flower our blues, and then we're done with this day.
And you're going to Distant Spring next?
Yes. There's a very important reason that we unlock Distant Spring on day 4. There are these enemies called snitch bugs. And they are the worst thing about speedrunning this game. They fly around the entire level randomly, and they don't kill Pikmin, but they can pick up 2 at a time and just plant them. So if you have, say, exactly 25 Pikmin carrying a part that takes 25 to pick up, and a snitch bug comes along, takes 2 of them, well, they're dropping that part, and it's not moving. And your whole run's ruined. But luckily, snitch bugs don't appear until day 5 or later. So by going there on day 4, we make Distant Spring a whole lot easier. Hopefully I should be able to get all 10 parts in one day. I should be able to, unless something goes horribly wrong. I've actually been playing around with changing the route a bit from what we usually do, but I haven't practiced it nearly enough, and so I'm not going to do it in this run. Oops, I want exactly 20 up there.
I remember when I played Pikmin, Distant Spring was insanely hard.
Yeah, that's the thing about Distant Spring. Either it goes right, or it goes wrong, and everything screws you over. It's one of those things, like, there's just such a concentration of enemies, where, like, if something goes wrong in the back area, like, everything will kill you, especially with snitch bugs. So this guy, the Puffy Blowhog, he can be tricky. Like, we got a really bad spawn. He was facing the wrong direction, and that's... takes a while for him to turn around. So he likes to sneeze on you. And if he does, most of your Pikmin are probably going to get deflowered. And if that happens, that's pretty much run over. I'll explain why in a minute. But basically, if you get that good cycle on him, it should go pretty quickly. So I'm watching the part, making sure all 25 grab it. Now, all 25 have to be flowers, and they have to all 25 be carrying it. Now, these Wollywogs right here, these frogs, they will jump on your Pikmin. And having 25 flowers, the part is moving just fast enough where they can slip by without getting killed. So these two bridges will come together in the middle. Since that first one is shorter, I'm putting 8 on it, and I'm putting 22 on the other one. That's what we've found to be the best split to get them both done by the time I need them done. So I got back before the part. That's just an indicator for me that I did that section of it really good. Actually gonna go for a cutscene skip here, and I missed it. Unfortunately, there's no way to set up cutscene skips on Distant Spring because the path they take back to the ship is really weird. It's kind of a shame, because there's so many that you could get if it worked out. Just the way the route works out, that you're back in the landing site when the parts get back. So if somehow I had grown less than 90 blues, I would have a blue grab one of those shearwigs, and that would grow me up to 90. Because those shearwigs are actually give you a lot of Pikmin. One Pikmin can carry them, and they grow 4. That's very, very good. Just wanna quick check the radar to make sure that none are stuck in the skull. Alright, so here's another case, we actually get to see it, where the Pikmin are moving just fast enough to avoid getting crushed. Actually, no, I'm not gonna see it.
Dang. Sorry to those of you who wanted to see it. You let all of them down?
Yeah, I love how Pikmin are so excited for bomb rocks. They're all like, woo! Every time anyone picks up a bomb rock.
I remember that. I like that.
So this section right here is probably one of the worst places to have a Pikmin trip, because there's a good chance one of them's tripping into a bullbear, waking it up, and your run's done. Come on, get over here, Pikmin. So we're gonna actually one-cycle this cannon beetle this time, because I'm not gonna call them off early. Right, so again, we have this rooted where Pikmin go really well. I have 35 on that bridge. I have 25 blues with me and 10 yellows with me. we only need 8 out of these 10 bombs, but just in case, like, I miss with one of them, I'm getting all 10. Again, 4 bombs for the black, 2 bombs for the white. Then 2 bombs for this white gate. Oh, what happened? I just lost a lot of Pikmin.
Oh god.
Ah, shit. The Wollywogs saw my Pikmin that were building the bridge. That is... I don't want to reset the day, but now I'm not going to get a 8-day run. I might not get an 8-day run. It's hard to say at this point, because I have so few Pikmin now. I have so few blues. So I'm throwing a blue in there. You'll see why later. I'm not going to spoil it if you've never seen it.
But spoilers.
Alright. I really don't know what to do right now. I really don't.
Did your Pikmin go rip?
I lost 21 pick blues.
Bad day, sad day.
I have never had this happen before.
I guess we're going for a 9-day run, guys.
It's gonna be one of the fastest 9-day runs ever.
9-day roll triggered coming.
So how many blues do we have? Alright. I might be able to pull this off. Alright, so I'm throwing these Pikmin up out of bounds right now. I like to throw 25 to 30. Because there's an out of bounds clip where I get to go up there out of bounds. Normally I would put off the UV lamp, but now I have to reroute it on the fly, so I think it's better to get it now. So we're gonna wake up this bullbear here, and we're gonna let him try to eat me. And I'm up out of bounds now. So that skips this puzzle here. What you're supposed to do is throw blues into that yellow flower, turn them into yellows, pluck them all, throw them up there, turn them back into blue so they can carry it across the water, and that takes a really long time, and I don't want to have to deal with all that.
But you can gain blues.
No, you're actually turning blues into yellows and then back into blues.
Oh, well, never mind then.
So it's just a bad deal all around. Get up there, come on.
Just glitched the game into thinking of more blues.
I wish I knew how. So we gotta distract these guys real quick, just so that Pikmin carrying the part can make it through. That should be good. And where are you?
People are
Sorry, what's up?
people are asking whether you could stream at a higher bitrate.
I don't think I can. I've been having problems.
It's totally fine if you can't.
If it's any higher. Yeah, I just need to double check again because I have to reroute this on the fly. I'm literally coming up with this second half of the day right now. Okay, so this is actually probably my favorite trick in the entire run. No, it's not the out of bounds. For this part, the glue-on drive. See, those two bull bears are sleeping, and the path that they normally take goes right through them and would wake them up. So I'm gonna actually wake them up, and this is why I left that one Pikmin there. They're gonna go after him, and they're gonna keep trying to get him, but they can never reach him. No, the Wollywog wasn't distracted enough! Oh no! Oh my god, everything is going so wrong today.
It's a sad day.
I think I can still get this. I think. It'll be very, very close. Go, quick! Go, my Pikmin! Go!
So chat's going, I think I can.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Lol.
Holy shit, I can't believe I got it. Oh my god.
The clutch is real.
I got it.
Dang.
The chokes. What are we at? Okay, we have 15 yellows. I don't need to grow any more Pikmin.
Yay.
I would like to have more blues for final trial, But
Who
I
cares about blues anyways?
I mean that's enough. We're good. Alright, so the rest of this run is basically just cleanup. We've done a good amount of Forest of Hope and a good amount of Forest Naval. So the next 2 days should not take longer than noon. Sorry, the next 3 days. We return to Impact Site as well. Yellow, I don't want you. Can you guys please dismiss better? So I took out 3 yellows because I need 3 bombs to blow up this gate here. Normally, if all my blues didn't die, I wouldn't bother taking out any reds, I would just use blues. But this actually works out okay, because, again, reds are stronger. So there's a boss coming up here that will be easier to kill since I have reds. Yellows, I don't want you. Little known fact, you don't actually have to push that box the whole way. Unfortunately, a couple of reds didn't make it.
That day for the Reds.
Oh, we got the perfect pattern. Okay, so this guy can come up fast or slow. He always comes up fast the first time. We want him to come up slow because we can swarm a lot more Pikmin on him quicker and he will die immediately, as you just saw. So the reason we don't have to push that box earlier all the way is because if you carry this with blues, they actually take the part through the water. Let's see, do I have 2 yellows or 3? I have 2 yellows. I think I should grow some more yellows just in case. I should have 15, but I'd want to be completely sure.
We would like to remind all of you to share this stream online on Twitter, on Facebook, or any other social media networks using the hashtag SRC2014. Spread the word, guys.
When is Pikmin 2 100%? Never. I'm sorry. I've done 2 runs of that. My record is 7 hours and 38 minutes. It is a long run. Yes, red Pikmin have 1.5 times as much attack power as other colors. In Pikmin 2, actually, purples have 2 times the attack power of other colors.
I remember hearing from somewhere that in Pikmin 1, reds are like the best Pikmin type, and Pikmin 2, red's actually like the worst.
Reds are pretty much worthless, except for turning into other colors in Pikmin 2.
Dang.
Because fire is pretty much useless. You can actually deactivate fire geysers in Pikmin 2.
Nice. And I'm not sure what it is on Pikmin 3, but
Yeah, I'm not very familiar with Pikmin 3. I have done a couple runs of it, but that was a long time ago. And ever since the patch, I can't effectively speedrun Pikmin 3 anymore.
I still need to finish Pikmin 3. I've had for like a while.
Alright, so we take out a very specific number of Pikmin. 40 reds, 15 yellows, and 45 blues. I need to have at the very least 41 blues, because I need to have 40 to carry a part that's in the water, and I need to have some blues left over besides those to undo a geyser. And 45 gets it done, or 5 actually gets it done fastest. And you need 15 yellows because yellow Pikmin can be thrown higher, and they're the only ones that can reach the Libra. Which is this part that I'm building a bridge to right now. Blues, get away from the... Get away from the bridge. I don't want you building it right now. Okay, so there's 2 things I need to do with these 40 blues while they're building the bridge. I need to get this part out of the water right here, and then I need to go grab a second part. It works out nicely that 40 is the maximum that can carry this one, so they carry that as fast as possible, and it's also the minimum that carries the other part. So it works out very nicely to use 40 here. The fastest way to get Pikmin that tripped up is to dismiss them and then call everyone back. So you'll see me do that when I need when Pikmin trip and I need them immediately. So here I'm doing some distracting with the Wollywogs. I need to make sure that they don't see me take the part, because disaster could happen like with the Gluon Drive. Again, moving that guy out of the way so he doesn't see them. So if I timed this right, they should be just finished with the bridge when I get there. Pretty good. So there's actually a glitch with this part. If you're watching a part, it can actually, and it falls from a high height, it can actually bounce around. And there's a very small chance that this part can actually bounce around and fall out of bounds. So I make sure to go back here so I don't watch it, so that will never happen. Now I actually grab this part while I can, and I should be back just in time to save my yellows from burning. So again, with this part, there's all those fire geysers, so I use reds. I use reds exclusively to carry parts back through this section. However, we do want these guys to help speed up the parts, so I'm going to dismiss them right here, out of range of the fiery blowhog. So they will automatically help grab the part and speed it up once it gets to them. So there's two reasons I try to avoid the text boxes on parts. There's a text box that appears when you walk near it for the first time. The first reason is obviously it wastes time. But the second reason is because, as you saw earlier, there's actually a setup for cutscene skipping that I use, which requires having that text box available. It's you sort of activate a second text box and buffer it so that that one shows up as the part's coming back. It looks like I'm too far away from the landing site to get any of them on this day. Yeah, unfortunately I missed them. So I have one more chance at a cutscene skip.
Another reminder that our next run will be Whip CPL running Crash Bandicoot. I think that's how you say it. Running 100% with the donation incentive being like showing off the beta ROM content, which we are around $40 away from. So please donate for that.
Okay, so now we're coming up on the shortest day in the run, which is the return trip to Impact Site. All I have to do is just grab the one part and then end the day. I take out at least 40 because the 40 is the maximum that you can carry on this part. And then 6 yellows because I need 6 bombs. This guy's can be really annoying. Your Pikmin, if they go near him, they will get distracted, and you have to call them back, and it's really annoying. So this is a neat little optimization I found pretty recently. I actually blow up this wall over here while the first wall is getting blown up, so that saves time and lets me separate the yellows a lot quicker. So close to a 1 cycle. Clam, but no. Got too close to it, so no cutscene skip. Sad day.
That day.
There is still a possibility of it, but you have to bring up a text box on the exact right frame. There's about a half a second buffer if you have that that extra text box to bring up. Alright, so now it's time to move on to Final Trial.
Yay, day 8.
Day 8, 8-day run.
Alright then. No day 9 world record, sorry guys.
I actually did get a really good 9-day run once. I think I got a 119.
Nice.
It's funny, my first 8-day run was like a 119.05, and then the next run I got was a 9-day that was 119.03. So my PB was actually a 9-day run, even though I'd
Whoa.
gotten an 8-day run before.
What is your PB?
It's currently a 113.38,
Nice.
which is a little under 2 minutes off the world record, which is a 111.43.
I guess I'll update you on time. Right now we are at, well, once is
111.40.
111.
I have a timer going in the background.
Okay. Alright, you do. Well, 111.25 it says on stream. For everyone else's convenience.
Alright, so I like to have 85 blues for this, to split up the bridges, so I have to put less on some of the bridges here. It's not a big deal, it'll just get finished a little bit slower.
Okay, so we have $38.99 donation from Al936 saying, "Whoops, my wallet fell open. That's good for those doctors. Time for Pi work on that bonus stream. You're welcome." Thank you, Al.
Thanks, Al.
To Al or AI?
Al.
'Cause, yeah. He just can't tell whether it's a capital I
Everyone gets that
or
wrong.
like an L.
He's, actually a real-life friend of mine.
Oh, nice. Okay, shouts to IRL friends. Can't talk.
Okay, so the way this is set up is that there's like the water section, then there's over here with the yellows that you use for bombs, and then over there you see in the background there's the fire section for reds. We're actually gonna skip that fire part. Grab a yellow here. There we go. Okay, so you can actually throw yellows across right here. And if they would not grab the bridge, that would be awesome. Got those simultaneous jingles going.
Jingle, jingle, jingle.
Alright, so this boss is actually can be tricky, but so they have these bomb rocks back here, So you can actually have him eat bomb rocks, and that'll stun him for a long time. It turns out that the more bomb rocks you throw at once, the longer he gets stunned for. So what we used to do when I first started learning this game is we throw like maybe 3 at a time, and just like probably 2 or 3 cycle. But if you throw 15 at a time and you're really fast at mashing, you can actually kill him in 1 cycle. I'm not sure if I got it. The bombs look like they were really spread out. I'm not sure if he's going to stay stunned long enough. And it looks like he is.
Yay.
So time's going to be coming up pretty soon. Alright, this part is actually really laggy, and it's actually is actually faster to zoom out instead of zoom in. You'd think that it'd be zoom in just so that the camera is seeing less, but I guess it renders it at a lower quality if you zoom out, so it's actually reduces more lag that way. So,
Interesting.
one last trick I like to show off at the end of runs here. If you lie down, you can have Pikmin carry you, and if you get sucked into the onion, we get fireworks.
Okay.
Alright,
Shall I get ready with
3,
time?
2, 1, done.
Alright. And once I think it's like alright, 1:16:31.
Not too bad.
No?
I'm actually really happy with that, considering how bad Distant Spring went.
Or 1:36. Okay, I'm not sure if time is stopping or not. The ENC props.
Time stops as soon as the part gets back.
Alright, time stop. That's good.
Okay. 1:16:30 something.
1:16:36.
Okay.
Alright,
Am I gonna let the credits go, or are we moving on to the next person?
Let's see, when's the next person supposed to start?
well, next up we have Whip CPL. Oh, also,
I say maybe actually, let's see what... you can let the credits roll. Sure, you can let the credits roll. While we
Alright.
edit the titles and stuff.
also, Pi, should I ask you, the money donated during your run, what donation incentive would you like that go to?
What I wanted to go to? Fighting the Iguanodon in Jungle Beat.
Hmm?
Fighting the Iguanodon in Jungle Beat.
Jungle Beat? Alright then.
I want to do that.
Thank you. Thanks for running for the marathon.
Sure thing. Thanks for
Very
letting me.
fun. Welcome. I bet chat really love that run. Sad day wasn't a day 9 run though.
That was pretty sad.
Alright, I'm actually going to go for a second so I can grab a drink to get myself a little awake.
Okay, no problem. I got it.
Alright, awesome.
Okay.
Okay. Whip, you want your run in 4x3, right?
I don't even know.
Okay, it should be fine in 4x3, yeah, because it's a PS1 game, so.
Yeah. Okay. Thought my PC crashed for a second. Thought that would be.
Whip, can you stream to SRC too?
Yeah, just let
Okay,
me things set up.
Okay, cool. I'll just let the credits roll and then I'll put Whip on.
Alright then.
Oh, so was the donation incentive met for me running challenge mode?
Yes it was actually. The $50 was met.
Cool. Do we know when in the bonus stream I'm going to be doing that?
We can work out a time. If you would like to do it like as the first run, or if Glover 2 gets met, then it'll happen probably after Glover 2. Which would be like 11 p.m. like Eastern Daylight Time. Around this time.
That should be fine.
Okay, cool.
Alright, so I'd like to start by saying SpeedRunsCentral is a 24-hour, week-long marathon bringing in runners from a wide variety of games and skill levels in order to raise money for Doctors Without Borders, a non-profit organization